Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry, my eyes here. I always forget where the camera is. I'm sorry, guys. So, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Omolara King, and you know how we do it here. Always use with my videos, always use your intuition, follow your instinct, and do your own research. So, in today's video, we're going to be finding out how the Gemini moon, which is currently in the moon, moves every 2.5 days, right? Into different signs, and currently is in Gemini. And we're about to find out how that is going to affect you based on your zodiac sign. So on my TikTok, I already posted about birthday groups. So I decided to be efficient and post about zodiac signs here. Okay. So if you have my TikTok, you can also go there as well. Omolara King, just find me on TikTok and you will find the video. Okay. So I'm still trying to juggle doing for YouTube, doing for TikTok, doing for YouTube, doing for TikTok. So bear with me, please. Okay, so fast, let's move into it. And I'm going to just do all the signs in one order. Okay. So if you are, like I said, the Gemini moon, it's currently acting like a windstorm right now. And since Gemini is an air sign and the year is a fire year, it's creating a blow torch effect, and it's making every zodiac sign feel a massive urge to talk, to move and change things. Okay. But if you aren't careful, you're just going to create a lot of smoke with no fire. So here's how each sign, um here is what each sign should expect and what to watch out for in order to keep your new reality safe. Okay, so if you're an Aries born between March 21st and April 19th, you might find yourself becoming a speedster. You want to do everything right now. So make sure you're watching out for road rage, especially verbal ones. You might be tempted to snap at people who are moving too slow or don't get it as fast as you do. So a red flag to watch out for is if you find yourself honking your horn or interrupting people mid sentence, then take a beat. Okay, you're moving too fast for your own good. And that's that for Aries. Moving on to Taurus, born April 20, between April 20 and May 20th. You might find yourself becoming the bargain hunter. You're focused on money and value, but make sure you're watching out for impulse spending. You might see something shiny and talk yourself into buying it because it's a great investment. It's usually not. So a red flag to watch out for is if you're at a checkout counter for something you didn't plan to buy 10 minutes ago, go and put it back. Yeah? You hear me? Go and put it, go and put it back. Okay, especially if you're watching me right now at the supermarket. So if you're a Gemini born May 21st, between May 21st and June 20th, you might find yourself becoming a super processor. And this is your moon, right? The moon is right in your sign. So you might feel like you have 10 brains working at once. Watch out for scatterbrain. All right, you have so many ideas that you forget to eat, sleep, or finish the task you started this morning. A red flag to watch out for is if you have 50 tabs open and you feel a headache coming up. It's time to go outside and touch some grass, my love. Okay, good. Moving on to Cancer, and also if you're rising as well in the signs, you might also relate. Okay, so if you're a Cancer born between June 21st and July 22nd, you might find yourself becoming the dreamer. Your imagination is very loud right now. So watch out for imaginary drama. You might overanalyze a text message and think someone is mad at you when they just simply forgot a period or something, or forgot to put a period, or forgot to add emojis. All right. A red flag to watch out for is if you're having a full argument with someone in your head. Stop. It's the Gemini moon playing tricks on your emotions. Okay, calm down. Everything is fine. You can just ask for clarity. Okay, so moving on to the sign of Leo. If you were born June 23rd to August 22nd, you might find yourself becoming the life of the party. Everybody wants to be around you, but make sure you watch out for the need for likes. You might say or do something dramatic just to get attention or reaction from the crowd. So, a red flag to watch out for is if you find yourself performing instead of just being yourself, you're losing your genuine power. Okay. So, That's that for Leo. Moving on to the sign of Virgo. If you're born between August 23rd and September 22nd, you might find yourself becoming a fact checker. So you want to organize every piece of information. Make sure you watch out for nitpicking. You might start pointing out everyone else's mistakes because your brain is extra sharp at seeing flaws. A red flag to look out for is if you notice you're correcting your partner or friends on small details that don't matter. Bite your tongue. All right, good. So moving on to the sign of Libra. If you're born between September 23rd and October 22nd, you might find yourself becoming the debater. So you see both sides of every single story. So make sure you're watching out for the maybe loop. You'll find it impossible to pick a restaurant or a movie because you're too busy weighing the options. A red flag is if you've spent 30 minutes trying to decide on something small, then let someone else choose for you. Save your brain for the big stuff, okay? Good. Moving on to the sign of Scorpio, if you were born between October 23rd and November 21st, you might find yourself becoming something called the investigator. You want to dig up secrets and find the hidden truth. Make sure you're watching out for paranoia though. You might think people are hiding things from you just because they are being a bit quiet. A red flag to look out for is if you're checking someone's last seen status or digging through old emails for clues, you are sabotaging your peace. So make sure you're not doing that. Moving on to the sign of Sagittarius. If we're born between November 22nd and December 21st, you might find yourself becoming the storyteller. You want to share your big philosophy with the world. Make sure you're watching out for the foot in mouth. You might tell a truth that is actually just a mean observation, hurting someone's feelings by accident. Oops. The red flag to watch out for is if you say, I'm just being honest, right after someone looks hot, you have gone too far. So that's that for Sagittarius. Moving on to the sign of Capricorn. If we're born between December 22nd and January 19th, you might find that you have become something called the multitasker. Okay, you want to knock out 100 chores at once. Make sure you're watching out for mental burnout. You think you can handle 10 phone calls while working on a spreadsheet, but you can't. The red flag here is that you might start making clumsy mistakes like dropping things or forgetting keys. Your brain is over revved. You need to slow down. Okay, so moving on to the sign, and that's that for Capricorn. Moving on to the sign of Aquarius. If we're born between January 20th and February 18th, you might find yourself becoming something of a rebel genius. You have wild ideas for the future, but make sure you're watching out for detachment. You might get so caught up in ideas that you forget to be a human being to the people standing right in front of you. A red flag to look out for is if you haven't looked your loved ones in the eye all day because you're theorizing, put the phone down and connect with them. And lastly, for the sign of Pisces, be born between February 19th and March 20th, you might find yourself becoming something of a psychic sponge. You're picking up every vibe in the room. So make sure you're watching out for losing yourself. You might start talking and acting like the person you're hanging out with, forgetting your own needs. A red flag to look out for is if you feel exhausted after a 10-minute chat, you've let someone else's mental noise into your space. So that's that for all signs. If you relate, kindly also put it in the comments, like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you have sisters, brothers, friends that you know they will need this information, you can also share it to them. I would really like that. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.